Aquaponics on a budget. We're glad to have you here. Okay, she just told me we're live. All right, so she had an 8-second delay, so she's catching up. But so if you didn't hear, good morning and welcome to another episode of Aquaponics on a Budget. This is all about, our show is all about aquaponics and living on a budget. You know, it's mainly for people just starting out that don't want to put a great investment into aquaponics. But anyway, let me give you a little bit of catch up here. The other day, we had, you know, roughly about 10 inches of rain in like 24 hours. And I have this greenhouse set up so that the rows behind you will flood when it rains. I mean, I did that on purpose, you know, so that, you know, it saves on water. And see, when it rained before, all the water just ran off and ran in different directions, and I wasted all that rainwater. So, but anyway, I had it come into here and had it flooding in here. But with that rain, it actually was the whole entire greenhouse had 4 inches of rain in it. You know, so it was just a puddle. Krista loved it. She was in here just with her rubber boots on, just playing and stomping and working. Of course, I didn't have any rubber boots, and it's going to be raining like that periodically because the wind is blowing and it's blowing the plastic up and down. So I'll get rained on several times here during the show, and it'll be nice and cold, and y'all get a good laugh out of it. But it just the way it works. I still haven't moved my show yet, so I'm not sure what day to put it on. I have not gotten a clear answer to what day I want to move the aquaponics on a budget to. I don't think it'll be the weekend. I think I'm thinking more of a Tuesday afternoon show, or well, Thursday is it's usually a work day for me, so Thursday might be out of the question. So I don't know. We'll see. See, it's raining on me. It's starting to go all over the greenhouse color. I'm missing it. You hear the plastic. Woo! It's going. Give that a second step. Oh, no. We have a. Okay. We have a major cold front coming in about 4 days, 3 or 4 days. I'm not sure exactly, but it's going to be like 20 at night for 4 days in a row. And we live right here on the lake. Probably can look into the upper teens. So it'll be pretty cold here for a few days. So I'm thinking about building hoods to go over the aquaponics. I don't think there's time. One of the benefits of live TV, getting rained on. I mean, you can see it just through your. But that's good. There's plenty of humidity in here. That's pretty protected. But I'm not sure I have time or materials to be able to pull something like that off. That would be nice, but I don't know. In the back plastic of the greenhouse has a big old tear in it. So it's just one of those things. when you're busy, you're busy. Of course, we pretty much stay busy all the time. But anyway, back to our topic. We're off subject there. That was just an update of what's going on in the greenhouse. Now, I wanted to give an update on the pea ponics. And I will show that soon in some pictures and everything. Wow, it really, really grows. I mean, I have cilantro in there that's a good 6 inches high. The kale that I put in there, it's just like got leaves this big. I have a little red banana in there, and it's growing like crazy. The cranberry, the stevia, the mint. Oh my goodness, the mint. And I didn't even put no dirt in it. I just put the mint right in the aquaponics, the upper part of the thing, and it's just like spread out. I'm thinking, what am I going to do with all this mint? we got plenty of mint. I mean, that's no problem about mint. But we want to make a distiller, and I got some copper tubing. We're going to make a distiller and make our own essential oil out of all this mint because we have plenty. And we got so much stevia, we might try that also, make some essential oil out of stevia. Just imagine a drop of stevia oil in your coffee, and that's all it took. That's what we're thinking about too. Or sweet tea, just like this. I get to talking so much that my throat will catch me. Well, anyway, okay. Now let's talk a little bit of startup cost. Now the startup cost, it really depends on you. Like you could buy a barrel, a single barrel, do like the Aquaponics, but have fish in it. You know, you don't have to do the Aquaponics, but you can have the fish. So minimum, the barrel is going to cost you $10. The PVC fittings, you know, this actually is going to cost you close to $20. You know, for this, for all the PVC fittings and everything. It's because it got so outrageous. I mean, everything's so expensive nowadays. So for the PVC fittings, it's going to cost you close to $20 now, and unless you buy them in bulk, unless you plan on building plenty of them, you buy a bunch of them in the 10 packs, you're going to save money that way. So, and the pump, you can go get a cheap pump from Harbor Freight Tools, and I think you can even get a decent one, for $9. And you also need a piece of tubing, which you can get from, you can order that from offline. You know, it's a 3/8 tubing, black tubing, or you can get the clear tubing. But that in turn is going to cost you another, you know, $5, $6, something like that. But you can get it at Lowe's too, so I don't think you have to order it offline. You get it at Lowe's, Home Depot, any of those places. Little windstorm here, you know. But anyway, so you're roughly looking at 20, 30, 40, $50 just for a single barrel. And that doesn't include the rocks. Now you take the rocks, you can buy the rocks from Home Depot also, or Lowe's, and you know they sell them in the bags, and you'll need like 2 bags. So roughly about $60 just to get one single barrel aquaponics system going. Now that one single barrel aquaponics system should last you, you know, 10 years. You know, because the pump really doesn't have that much energy on it. And you can just sit there and pump away, you know, on it, you know, and it's just go. So that $60 for a 10-year investment of something that's going to constantly year-round produce for you is a good investment. Now, my whole system, you know, you're counting one barrel for $60. My whole system, I had at one time, I had $250 into it, and that was it. It was running. It was working, the flush system, the IBCs, the barrels, the wood, the PVC fittings. I bought it all in bulk. The pump, you know, it runs all of solar, so it doesn't cost me anything. That's another thing that you can, that the good thing about aquaponics and solar is that your pumps and your air pumps are low wattage, so they're very, very easy to run off solar. I had initially had 2 6-volt golf cart batteries sitting in here, and it ran everything 24/7. And I had one 120 amp, 120 watt panel running it, and it just ran it all day long. But since I've upgraded the pump, and you know, now it's hooked up to the regular system, and all my powers run through just a regular wiring and everything, but it's still solar, but it still runs through regular wiring. So I just plug it into the wall, and you know, so it just saves me. But that initial cost for the 2 batteries and everything was roughly about, well, actually, I had them from when I lived off solar for 9 years. And see, I just kept refurbishing the batteries. So really and truly, I didn't have any cost I built the solar panel, and it's still up there. It's still right there. But I built the solar panel, and I had those batteries. So initially, it was no cost for me. Back, 20 years ago, it was a cost for me, but not now. But and I've gotten plenty of wear and tear out of those batteries and the solar panel. So if this wasn't Aquaponics on a budget, I would sit here and have a solar class and have a show just called Solar 101. It's a good idea. Just have solar explanations. Okay, it depends on my time. I ain't got no time. So maybe I might have an occasional show learning about solar where we go through and we'll solder up a solar panel. We'll make a solar panel. I think me and a friend of mine, of course we haven't made an announcement yet, but might do that together and do the whole thing, and actually have flashcards. So anyway, about the cost. So initially, to start up the system, I had $250. Now, I was going to the creek and getting my rocks, and I would bring them back, and they were full of sand and mud and muck. And to get one of these bins clean enough to be able to use, it took me about 4 hours to clean them. I mean, it was fill it, wash them out, take some of them, put them in a bucket, wash them, rinse them out, do it again, wash them again, make sure they're all clean, and then put them into this bin. And then it was just a process of going and getting the rocks yourself. But then the rest of the rocks, I actually went to a concrete company, and they had this gravel out there, and I paid $20 for it. You still have to wash it, but it was a lot better than carrying 5-gallon buckets of river rock down from the creek all the way up here. I promise you. So anyway, but I could have done it for absolute free, but instead I went ahead and spent $20 plus a little bit of gas to run down there and pick it up and then bring them back and then haul them in here. So, but anyway, $250 was this initial set. Now it's closer to, counting this new edition, it'll be closer to, and counting the new expenses of PVC pipe. I mean, it's they're getting crazy. Where an elbow used to be 13 cents or something, and now it's close to $1. So that's crazy. But anyway, I'll have roughly about $350 into the new addition to the system. But I also want to put the flood bed on it, and I'm with the when I can afford the pond liner. I could use plastic, 6-minute plastic. I do got plenty of that, and I might do that. But pond liners will last 20 years, and you don't got to worry about them. But when I put in the floating raft beds, now the raft beds will be they'll be full of water, and it'll be a pond about this big, but it'll be a square pond that I make myself. And you put the styrofoam insulation in there, and that's everybody knows what that foam board, and it floats on the water, and you put your holes in you put your pots in there, and you put your tiny plants in rocks, just they're only got a little bit of rocks, but it runs through that whole bed and circulates that. But you can grow massive amounts of your cooler crops, your lettuces, your broccolis, your kohlrabies, your bok choy, your cabbages, and that kind of stuff. And we need a place that we can mass produce that, because you're looking at 38 days from seed to harvest. So that's the reason I want to build that bed. Plus, it would really help in my goal of teaching everybody how to do this and learning all aspects of aquaponics. Now there's something that now I don't have a vortex filter on mine, and a vortex filter collects the solids from the fish tank, and it runs through a kind of a spiral. That's why they call it a vortex, where the solids sink down to the bottom and then the water leaks out through the top. Now, that's a good idea. And on another system, I want to do that. On my system, I'm not sure if anybody knows, but I use water plants. And my solids from my fish actually go to my water plants, the umbrella grasses and the duckweed and that kind of stuff. So it's actually feeding them with nutrients, and so that they can thrive. So it's more like a reed bed. If you ever heard of a reed bed, that actually, you know, I'm putting all my solids into the plants so they can thrive, and they take that and they thrive, and they purify the water in return for us, purify and oxygenate the water for us. So it's a plus for us. Of course, nobody else does that yet, so you know, I don't know if it's a good idea, but I have the system's been running for 3.5 years, and I haven't had a problem yet. My pH is always stay stable. You know, when I chase the fish, catch the fish, you know, and you know, harvest them, then they get stressed out, and my ammonia spike the ammonia will spike in there, but it'll come through the plants, and you'll see it in the plants. Like you'll get a little yellowing like that. It's just from a pH spike. But then the water plants, they stabilize it, and by the time it comes back through, that ammonia spike is gone. So that's another way of, you know, trying to help each other out, figure out all this stuff together, and it'd save you a bunch of money, you know, because not a bunch of money, but you're looking at vortex filter, you know, your container, your PVC fittings, you know, the additional spout leaving the grommets. It's $50, you know, for that, and roughly $50 with the cutoff and all that. So saving yourself roughly $50 for putting water plants into your system. But you know how I am. We don't have any money for a budget, and yeah, little bitty tiny spiders, wouldn't it? Little bitty tiny spiders. It's going to be in the 20s, so that means in here, no matter what the temperature is outside, it's always 32 degrees in here when it's really cold. Like it's below the below 20. I mean, below 25, it's 32 in here. That's even with a thin layer of plastic, and it's because that if you can see behind me, that's ground level. Ground level is about right there. So it'll freeze in here, but it won't get lower than 32, and that's not good for, you know, warmer plants. But I have to work on our heating system, which everybody's seen the updated video I did of that my friend's greenhouse. We use a rocket mass to pump the warm water all through the greenhouse. We would like to do something like that. Plus, we would like to build a rocket mass that goes underground, and then put our citrus trees in a separate greenhouse, in a little mini greenhouse in this area, so that they'll be heated from the ground up and into a little bitty mini greenhouse, so we don't have to worry about them. So we'll put different plants in there, you know, the tropicals. But the bananas are a little burned right now. They're still nice and alive, close to the ground, because it won't freeze. Then, but the top leaves they're all brown. We got to clean them up, and you know. But anyway, back to the budget part. Now, let me take me a drink real quick. Talk too much. So you see the big, huge system that I ended up with $250. and you see the little bitty barrel system that's roughly going to cost you $60. So this is actually 5 barrels cut in half. So 60 times 5, $300. 300. It's pretty close. It's pretty close to averaging. You know, you can pretty much figure $50 to $60 a barrel. So when you're adding them into your system, you can pretty much say $50, $60 a barrel. And I would figure up. I would say $60 a barrel, because if it ends up being cheaper, you know, it's all the better for you. But anyway, with the way prices are going up, if you wanted to start a system, I would go ahead and get started, because you know, it seems like you know, just they sneak it up on you. All of a sudden they come change the sticker. You know, I was standing there, and they came and changed the sticker of one thing. It was quick. It didn't take them 2 seconds. They come with this little computer thing with on the sticker, punched in some numbers. They printed out a new sticker. They put it on there, and then when I went to the register, these were 62 cents a piece instead of 59. So it was quick. If I had made it to the register before they'd done that, but you know, even if I had them in the buggy and they were 59 cents, and I made it up there to the thing, and they changed it while I was in the store, it would have been 62 cents. I've been like, what? They were 59, right? Okay. But anyway, that's catch-22. You know, plus I had spent a little bit of time. I was working at Lowe's as an electrical expert. They wrote me in, you know, so you know, recruited me for, you know, this to help people. But it was all about it is a do-it-yourself place, but everybody was trying to do it yourself and do it absolutely the cheapest way they could, and I just couldn't handle that. They wanted to use the tiniest wire, like using 14 wire to run their stoves. And I'm like, you're going to burn down your house. You're going to kill all your family. You know, so finally I had to, I can't do this anymore. Plus they get you on the schedule, you know, and say, well, we're only going to work you this many hours a day, and you go in there and you can teach classes, and you know, we're only going to do this. But that is BS, because they say, well, we need you this day, we need you this day, we don't have anybody to fill these, we need you. And but anyway, I left, but I could see them changing prices frequently. They change prices, you know, every couple months. You know, they'll go up a little bit. It's because you won't notice. You know, last time you were in there, you might have saw this elbow was 59 cents, 59 cents each. You'd be like, oh, it's only 61 cents now. You know, or this tea at 89 cents. You think, oh, this is 89 cents. You know, that's not that bad. You used to could buy a 10-pack of these for about, you know, $1.99. Now they're like $8. They're not that much of a discount, but they are a little bit discount. You do save a little bit. But anyway, about to the budget. So which that's pretty cool. I just figured out you can roughly figure about $60 a barrel when you're doing the half barrels. Now you could go with a store-bought system, and I don't know how much they are going to be a container, but I promise you, it's not going to be $60. They're probably going to be like $300. I mean, you might be able to get a cheap single system with a couple of things, and it might be $350, $400. I think I've seen them for that. Now, if you wanted to build the aquaponics on wheels, now that's 2 barrels. So, wow, that's so accurate. You know, it roughly cost you, with the plumbing and the pump and everything, about $120. That's right. So we figured out something together, guys, and I think that's pretty incredible. About $60 a barrel right now. Next few days it might be a little bit higher, but you know, we're going to be going up in increments. $65 a barrel, So yeah, about $120 to build the aquaponics on wheels. You know, that's pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with that. So I like that. So, but anyway, single barrel $60, the double barrel $120, the 5 barrel roughly around $300. You know, so and that counts the big IBC. So prices may vary in your area. So, but that's you can shop around, and you know, I know some places barrels are like $40 a piece for food grade. I was like, whoa, y'all didn't need to ride down to Alabama and get them for $10 a piece and then drive them back, because at $40 a piece, 5 of them would be 5 times 4, $200 for 5 of them. Wow. And how much gas would it cost you to drive down to Alabama and get them for $10 a piece? You know, that would say you'd be, if you could beat it for $150, you know, then, you know, because you'd save $150 coming and getting them at a cheaper area. But I'm sure you could shop around in different towns, looking different neighborhood newspapers, you know, online, and find some more reasonable, closer to your area, you know, that you might have to take a little bit of a drive, but you still save money exponentially. So that's pretty much what I have for y'all today. Is I wanted to go over the cost of it. We figured out a cost for aquaponics on a budget, and I'm really excited about that. So now, you know, that just gives me a whole new teaching paragraph there. You know, and that's when I'm figuring out how much it's going to cost me to build it thing. I'm going to figure, well, it's going to cost me roughly $60 a barrel. So that's awesome. All right, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the show, and y'all check back with me. And if I do change the show time, I will let you know well in advance. So stay tuned to my channel. We sent out a carousel package of seeds, and I hope everybody keeps up with that, because it's going to travel around and go to all these different homesteads, and you might get the chance for the average watcher for it to come visit your house, and for you to get some of these YouTuber seeds and stuff like that, and you let you contribute to it too. So and I think that's pretty good. 5,000 subscriber reward. Anyway, y'all, and plus everybody make sure that you check out my charge controllers. They're up and operational. We're producing them on a regular basis now, and if you're interested in one, please contact me and I will hook you up. All right, guys. Ani Ove Ocha means I love you, Hebrew. Later, guys.